my friends. Who's ready to go on another adventure with Miss Bernie? I'm going to throw you your key. Here's mine. We're going to unlock our imagination because today's adventure is bringing us to the beach. If you were with me last time, Miss Bernie told you we are going to go visit the ocean and we're going to have a fun time there. So let's get started. I'm going to tell you a few things you might need for this adventure. And again, you can either go and collect a few things. Your grown-ups could help you from around the house. Or they can all be up here in your imagination. You don't really need to have these things with you, but maybe the first time you pretend, and maybe you want to watch it again later, and you can use some real items from your home, okay? So let's get ready to go to the ocean. Well, the first thing that Miss Bernie is going to do, we've got to pack our beach bag. So find your beach bag, open it up, and let's put some fun stuff in there. Now I know that if I am going to the beach, I am going to want my sunglasses on. Do you have a hat or a visor that you like to wear to keep the sun out of your eyes when you're at the ocean? So put that in there. What is that other stuff that we need that helps protect our skin? Do you have some sunscreen that you wear? Your grown-ups probably put that on you. I'm just going to pretend, and I'm going to say if you're doing this activity inside, you don't really need to put sunscreen on anyway. We're going to pretend we're putting our sunscreen on, and don't forget to drop this in your beach bag. What else would we bring to the beach? I get hungry when I'm at the beach. Do you bring some snacks with you? Do your grown-ups pack some yummy snacks for you to have when you're on the beach? Yes, I'm guessing they do. Let's open it up. I'm going to make a sandwich. Kind is yours. Put it in there. I've got peanut butter and jelly today. Some crackers. Some strawberries. I'm going to cut up some strawberries and put them in a bag and put them in there. Some of my favorite pretzels. And I think I'm going to bring some carrot sticks. And a cooler, a little icy. What are some of your favorite things? Put them in there, and don't forget your drinks. You have to drink when you're out in the sun all day. I'm going to get a giant water bottle and fill it up. Make sure the lid's on. Put this in there with some ice. All right, I've got my snacks. I like to do fun stuff. What do you like to do at the beach? Do you bring some buckets? I'm going to put those in my beach bag. We might build a sandcastle later. I'm going to get a shovel. What are some of your favorite toys? Sometimes we play frisbee on the beach. Do you guys ever do that? And we'll put that in there. Or a little football. Oh. Sometimes it's kind of tricky using a beach ball at the beach. We have more fun with this at my pool. But since we're doing this in our imagination, and you're probably going to be doing it in your living room, it could be tricky using a beach ball inside. You got to ask your grown-ups about it, okay? And if you don't have a beach ball and you're using a pretend one, fine. But you also could use a balloon. If you have a balloon that you tie and you tossed it back and forth with your friends, you can pretend that it's a beach ball and you're playing with it on the beach, okay? All right, I've got all my things in my bag. Don't forget your beach towel. I like to spread my towel out when I first get to the beach. Spread it out so that I have a place to sit and relax and put my toes in the sand. So if you have a beach towel, you can get one. The other thing that we will need with your imagination is the ocean. Do you have a great big carpet in front of you that you could pretend that's your ocean? Or, just like when Miss Bernie did the forest adventure with you, you could use a cloth if you have one. Or, again, I've used a blanket. I've used like a mat. I like to use blue when I'm pretending it's the ocean, but you can use whatever you want to, whatever you have, to be your ocean in front of you, friends, all right? And we're going to get ready. So I've got my blanket. I'm sitting on my towel. Got my sunglasses on and my sunscreen. I think I'm going to go into the ocean. If you're going into the ocean, how do you go? Do you tiptoe? I kind of want to see first if it's cold, if it's warm, or do you just run right into that ocean? Do you run and jump up and down and splash in the waves? You do? I can guess some of you who are doing this. You probably do. Do you try to jump over the waves? You can do that with your imagination, or if you have some type of a rope. Miss Bernie showed you this in the forest before too. That could be like wiggly water and waves. If you had some friends that are able to move it and wiggle this on the floor for you, stretch it out. If you had string or ribbon or a rope, it can be the wiggly waters of the ocean and you're trying to jump up and over the waves. That is so fun to do. The other thing that I would be doing if I was in the ocean, I would be using my imagination that I'm swimming with the fishies. Are you swimming? Are you down on your belly? Is your ocean filled with cute little fish and sea creatures? If you were with me right now, I would toss all my little sea creatures. They're just little plastic friends. I would toss them all over my carpet or my mat or my blue blanket so that you could swim in the ocean with the fishies. Okay. What about, have you ever tried to surf or ride a boogie board in the ocean? Here's another fun thing. Now, you would have to ask a grown-up if this is okay. But you could pretend, if your grown-up lets you use a pillow that you can stand on, okay? You'd have to ask your grown-up if there's a pillow you can use, because it's kind of going to be like our little balance boards that we use in my classroom. It's going to be wiggly, but I'm going to stand on my pillow and try to balance with my feet and pretend that the water's moving me. I am riding the waves. I am on my boogie board or surfboard. You can go down on your belly and pretend you're going way out there with your grown-up, and then standing up and trying to balance on your pillow like it's your surfboard or boogie board. All right? Another fun thing to do you guys ever see at the beach? These tiny little crabs are so cute, and they're coming right close along the shoreline. They come right up into the sand. Do you know how to do the crab walk? Any of my friends know that? Well, to move like a crab, you can do it however you want to, or you can do the challenge of what they call the crab walk. If you bend down, you bend your knees, and you put your hands behind you, and go all the way bent over so that your hands are touching the floor and your feet are touching the floor and your belly is up in the air and you try to move. That is called the crab walk. Can you do the crab walk across your little ocean that you have, across the sand? See if you can do the crab walk. That is a fun thing to do. Oh, I'm going to come out of the ocean for a little bit, and I'm going to go get one of my buckets. I think that's time. I want to go and start collecting some seashells. So I'm going to go looking around, and I'm going to try to fill my bucket with seashells. Now, do any of you have seashells, real seashells? If you don't, do you have pretend seashells? Could you make seashells? How could you make them? Could you do them for art? Could you draw seashells? Could your grown-ups help you? Could you color them and scatter them? Cut them out, a whole bunch of them. Or use your imagination that you are collecting beautiful seashells and filling your bucket. You could do the same with the fishies and all the little sea creatures. If you have a whole bunch of little sea creatures like this, Miss Bernie's gotten these at the dollar store, a whole bunch of them, you can then go around the ocean. First, toss them all up in the air, scatter them across your ocean, and then you can go pick them up. The other fun thing to do is after you collect them, it's called sorting. You can sort them out and put them in groups. How many starfish do you have? Oh, this is my little pile. Look, I have a couple sharks over here. I have a few sea turtles. You can sort them out into groups or little families. That would be fun to do. So that is another fun thing at the beach. And then I'm going to be getting hungry. How about you guys? I'm going back to my towel, take a big drink of my water, and open up my snacks and my sandwich, and I'm going to sit on my beach towel. Now this other part, you would really have to get your grown-ups' permission for this, but you can ask them. When we are at the beach with my family, we usually sit under an umbrella. Do you guys? So that we have a cool, shady spot. This is an umbrella that we use for a rainy day. But if you are super careful and your grown-up lets you, use an umbrella so that you can sit on your beach towel under your umbrella and have your little lunch or your little snack. Okay? See, this is how my umbrella is going to open up, and I'm just going to set it on the floor right on the sand next to me and set it down like this so that I could sit under my umbrella and enjoy my sandwich, enjoy my snack, sit back and listen to the ocean waves. And then I might even put on some music and have a beach party. Did you ever do that? There is a whole bunch of fun music out there. Some music is actually called the Beach Boys. They're not little boys, but they make really fun beach music. And there's music from Hawaii and the islands. And that's all my fun beach stuff. Now, if you wanted something to do after you had fun doing that beach activity, Miss Bernie was thinking about this. How many friends have some Play-Doh at home? Do you have any Play-Doh that you could use to do an activity about the ocean or the beach? I'm going to give you a couple ideas of things to do with Play-Doh. If you don't have any Play-Doh, someone could message me if you can't read this, but we have a great recipe for Play-Doh that we use at my preschool. It's called Kool-Aid Play-Doh, and it smells wonderful. And I also have a slime recipe. And kids who have Miss Bernie in my class know that every day we offer Play-Doh and usually slime as well on the same day. But here's a couple things. You might, of course, have the shapes that you could use. They call them cookie cutters, but like here's a sun and here's a sailboat. Of course, you can press them into the Play-Doh and have fun making shapes of things at the beach or the ocean. Another couple fun things that you can do. Kids in Miss Bernie's class know that sometimes I like to hide things in the Play-Doh. And I will go to the dollar store and I will buy those tiny little erasers. So this is only good for kids who are probably older than 3 or 4 who know that you don't put these tiny things into your mouth, because that would not be safe. But I have some tiny little erasers that I'm pressing into the Play-Doh, and these are all ocean and beach shapes. And then you kind of do this. You mix it all up, and where did they go? You have to find them. It's like a hide and seek game. You are looking for them in your Play-Doh. You are trying to dig them out. Have a little cup, have a little bucket, have a little bowl. I also need to say, when my kids use Play-Doh at preschool, please use either a little tray or a placemat somewhere at a table so you are not playing with Play-Doh on a carpet. It's not good with a carpet. Play-Doh and carpets are not friends. They don't get along, okay? The other fun thing that you can do with Play-Doh, if you have any of these bigger fishies that I was showing you, or if you have any real seashells, it's so cool to press them and then lift. This makes the shape. That is a beautiful shell shape. I'm gonna press this fishy and then I'm gonna lift him back out, and look, it's like a stamp or a stencil. It makes the shape of the fishies in the Play-Doh. So that is a fun activity for you to do after you've visited the beach in your imagination. All right, friends, let's get ready to, I'm gonna say goodbye in Hawaiian, which is aloha. Say goodbye, everybody, say goodbye, everybody, say goodbye, say goodbye, say goodbye. Aloha, everybody, aloha, everybody. Aloha, aloha, aloha. Bye, friends. I hope you had fun with Miss Bernie on her beach adventure, and I'm going to leave you with a little bit of beach Hawaiian music. Till we meet again. Mwah. Love you, friends.